Hi everyone. I wanted to do a video today about something that somebody had requested yesterday, which was about purification of the household. Some simple techniques and then maybe some more complicated ideas that you haven't heard of yet. So the reason that we do this, it's kind of self-explanatory, I would hope. Just like you clean your house in the morning or at night before you go to bed, you're going to want to clean your house spiritually, especially if you're doing regular workings, if you're doing regular prayers, offerings. It's the foundation to your work. It's the foundation to your spiritual life. To learn how to involve spiritual purification and other spiritual practices into your daily mundane life, you will begin to work it in when you originally thought you didn't have time for it. So if you start to involve it in your cleansing, if you start doing a morning cleansing or a nightly cleansing, you've automatically worked in some of your spirituality into 5 or 10 minutes of your day, when so many people have difficulty fitting any time in at all for it. So I challenge you out there to start to involve it into your everyday chores, into your cooking. While you're cooking, say your prayers, say your manifestations, say your petitions, things like that. So you have to turn the everyday things that we absolutely have to do, our responsibilities that we can't get out from underneath, into a way to put spirituality into that, so that you meld the two. So it's not something that you have to cut out this time for, and you have to cram it in and you have to fit it in, because then it becomes a chore itself. Then you feel pressured, you feel stressed about it, you feel tense, you don't have enough time for it, and you don't have enough time to do it how you want to do it. So if you start seeing it as just something that's already an everyday part of life, if you start taking in the things around you and appreciating them and finding gratitude in them and giving automatic thanks and prayer, then you'll start to see your spirituality develop in a very easy way in things that you're already doing. So I wanted to, the first most basic way you can cleanse your house is with incense. I like to go in a clockwise manner around my home, and I'll usually light just some either some myrrh. I personally like myrrh resin because it works to carry your messages to the divine. It works to open communication. If I don't use that, I'll use a protective blend that I personally came up with, and I will go clockwise around my house and just say my prayers and my affirmations for the day. So that's very quick. You can do that in a minute. That's there's no excuse to not do that. A second really easy one is with Florida water. If you go on my site, and I'll have a link at the bottom of this video, there's a listing for my Florida water, which I make, and it'll have probably at least a dozen different uses for it, of ways you can use it in your household to purify and protect your space. Florida water is a metaphysical cleanser, and it also has some protective properties due to the essential oils in it. It contains essential oils like bergamot, clove, and then there's some other sort of citrus underlying tones. There's some lemongrass. So these are all protective and abundant agents. These are things that would draw blessings to you, but also protect your household. So it's a good dual action cleanser. So you can easily do that by asperging your home, which is I just pour a little bit in my palm, and then I just sort of toss it out over the room. Very, very easy. That's what asperging is. Some people use like maybe a bundle of fresh herbs. You could get a bundle of fresh mint or basil from the grocery and dip it in your Florida water and spread it around your home. If you grow your own herbs, that's doubly awesome. You can go pick your own herbs and do it. So those are some really basic uses for Florida water. I also put it in with, when I take my laundry out of the washer and I put it into the dryer, I throw some Florida water in the dryer just to sort of cleanse and protect my clothing. So those are a couple of really simple things that you can do. And there are some more complex things you can start to do, like a lot of people use sage as a protective agent, and that goes along with the incense, smudging, and all of that. So you can do that really quickly in the morning as well. And so the next thing I'm going to get to is bluing, and that's this stuff right here. I keep a big jar of this already made. It's made from Mexican anil, and we call those, it's also called blue balls, is sometimes the name that you'll see them under in botanicas and things because they don't have the proper name. But it's Mexican anil, ANIL, and so this is easily combined with your mop water for the day. If you're gonna do like just grab a bowl and wash down your countertops with it. I don't recommend using it on your windows. It might leave a little bit of a film, but it's great for floors and it's great for countertops. So what is in this that makes it blue is copper sulfate. Copper is a wonderful conduit. It's a wonderful metaphysical conduit. It works to enhance and create a what do I want to say? Open communication between you and the spirit world. So using this in your home, while it does have protective properties, the bright blue is a protective color that was very traditional for evil eye amulets and things like that. And even bright blue glass bottles were used hundreds and hundreds of years ago to make protective witch bottles. So the bright blue is also, that's what you're getting the protection from. It's also purifying because you're cleansing your home with it. And then you have that metaphysical conduit. So, and actually I'm going to grab these and show you what they look like before they're diluted. Okay, so this is what they look like. This is a whole big jar of them. I sell these in my shop. It's like, you know, 5 for $3 or something like that. And what I recommend, the reason I keep them like this is because they take a while to dissolve. So I just like toss a couple in a big jar like this, so that way when I want to use it, they're already dissolved. If you go to use one and you put it in your water, it's gonna take a long time for it to get all blue like that because they're really, really compact. So that's a little bit more involved process. Is using the Mexican anil, but it's something that I use all the time. I even use it in my workings to like cleanse my candles with beforehand, especially if I'm gonna do something that I want to contain, like maybe a lost and away working or a coffin working or something like that, something that I want that energy contained. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was if you feel you have spirits in your home that you would like to get rid of. Now, I'm not really big on this if they're not bothering you. If they're not bothering, I'm a if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of girl. So if they're not bothering you, I mean, then I don't know what you want to chase them out of there for, because that's probably going to cause you more problems doing that. There are a lot of times we have dwelling spirits that existed in our dwellings before we even moved in there. So to try to throw them out is actually very disrespectful and rude. That was their place of residence first before you moved in. And it would just be like somebody coming into your house or your apartment and throwing you out. So I don't recommend you mess with spirits if they're not bothering you. If they are bothering you, and I've had numerous reports of this over the years, everything from, moving things around the house to maybe scratching the person, other things like this. I'm not going to get into that so much right now, but a really great thing to do is put a glass of water in each corner of the room that has the heaviest effect, where they tend to be congregating, or it tends to congregate. Put half a glass of bluing in each corner of the room, add sea salt to it, and leave those in the corners of the room and change them daily until this activity starts to digress. Another sort of twist on this that's a little bit more for everyday use would be to put out a shallow bowl of this bluing or just plain water and add some drops of peace water to it. And I also have peace water in my shop that I make myself. So you can get, also that's available on the site. So you'll shake that up, add a few drops to your water, and set this out in the center of your room. This really helps to tone down like household quarreling, or maybe just negativity, bad attitudes, just kind of, if the household's crabby or it's a stressful time and you guys got a lot going on, it's really busy now with back to school. There's like a million things to do, get the kids there, get to work, blah, blah, blah. So that's a great thing to do to keep your household cleansed and keep it balanced and keep the energy flowing in a positive manner. So that's the whole idea behind doing these things, is spiritual maintenance. We want to keep up on what's happening in our household. We don't want to wait till things are out of control and you have to call somebody like me. I would much prefer that my clients never needed me for anything. So I would much prefer that they learn how to take care of these things on their own, and that they never had a huge issue they had to come to me to. Obviously, that's not realistic. We have big issues in life. Everybody has problems, and we oftentimes need help, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with asking for help and seeking it out. That's what you should do if you have a problem that you feel like you can't handle on your own. So that's why people like me are out there, to try to take some of that burden off of you. So that about wraps it up for today. I did want to mention really quickly, I had some negative comments from yesterday's video, apparently because I was using Orisha candles, and so I just wanted to address that very quickly. I don't address my religious beliefs online because I feel that that's very private. What I am addressing in my videos is the practice of hoodoo. And hoodoo is a practice just like tarot, or in many other divination forms or many other folk magic forms that can be applied to any religion. I know Catholics who do it. I know Vodouns that do it. I know Santeria followers who do it. I know people who are Wiccan who do it. So it's a practice that can be adapted into any religion. So people like to assume that they know what I'm ordained in or what my religion is. And the only thing that I have made public is that which pantheon that I follow, and that is the Orisha. And other than that, I don't feel that it's anybody's business. It's my private life, and I'm only here to teach you about the art and the practice of hoodoo and the cultural traditions behind it. And yeah, so I just wanted to address that really quickly. People, of course, are entitled to their own opinions, and as human beings, we typically judge each other. That's something that's inherent in our minds and in our spirits, unfortunately. So, and that's certainly somebody's choice to do that. I prefer to not spend my time that way. So I would like to focus on doing positive videos for all of you and helping you learn more about this tradition. So I hope you all have a blessed week, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Bye.